What if everything you thought you knew about the law was wrong? The legal myths we're about to debunk are believed by millions of people around the world, and some of them are costing people their money, their rights, and their freedom every single day. Today, we're setting the record straight. Welcome to Law of 10, where we break down the law into the top 10 things you actually need to know. Today's list, the top 10 legal myths people actually believe. Get ready, because some of these might surprise you. Number 10. You have to sign a contract for it to be legally binding. Most people believe that if there's no signature on a piece of paper, there's no contract. That is a myth. In most legal systems around the world, a contract can be formed verbally, by email, by text message, or even through conduct, meaning your actions alone can create a legally enforceable agreement. What matters is not the signature. It's whether there was an offer, an acceptance, and something of value exchanged between the parties. So, that verbal agreement you made with a contractor over the phone, that handshake deal with a business partner, in many jurisdictions, those could be fully enforceable contracts. Be careful what you agree to in any format, because the law may hold you to it whether you signed anything or not. Number 9. You can't be fired without a warning. Many employees believe they are entitled to multiple warnings before they can be dismissed. In reality, this depends entirely on your country, your employment contract, and the nature of the situation. In the United States, most employees work under at-will employment, meaning an employer can legally terminate the relationship at any time for almost any reason with no warnings required. In other countries, stronger employment protections exist. But even there, serious misconduct can result in immediate dismissal without prior warnings. Knowing what your specific employment contract says and what the law in your country provides is essential before assuming you have more protection than you actually do. Number 8. If police don't read you your rights, your case gets dismissed. This one comes almost entirely from Hollywood. People believe that if an officer forgets to read them their Miranda rights, the entire case against them gets thrown out automatically. That is not how it works. If police fail to read your rights before a custodial interrogation, any statements you made during that interrogation may be excluded from evidence. But the case itself does not automatically disappear. Physical evidence, witness testimony, and other facts can still be used against you. Don't rely on a procedural technicality to save you. Know your rights and exercise them from the start. Number 7. Common law. Marriage means living together gives you legal rights. Millions of couples believe that simply living together for a certain number of years automatically gives them the same legal rights as married couples. In most places, this is simply not true. Common law marriage is only recognized in a small number of jurisdictions. In the vast majority of countries and states, no matter how long you have lived together, you do not automatically acquire inheritance rights, spousal benefits, or rights over your partner's property. Cohabiting couples can be left with virtually no legal protection whatsoever. If you are in a long-term relationship and not formally married, understanding what legal protections you do and do not have in your jurisdiction could be one of the most important things you ever do. Number 6. You can claim anything as self-defense. Self-defense is one of the most misunderstood legal concepts in the world. The reality is that self-defense is a highly specific legal justification with strict requirements. In most legal systems, the force used in self-defense must be proportionate to the threat faced. You cannot use deadly force to respond to a minor threat. In many jurisdictions, you also have a duty to retreat, meaning if you could have safely walked away from a situation, using force may not be legally justified. Self-defense is a defense, not a blank check. Understanding exactly what your jurisdiction allows could make the difference between freedom and a criminal conviction. Number 5. Ignorance of the law is a valid excuse. I didn't know it was illegal. If this were a valid legal defense, the entire justice system would collapse overnight. In virtually every legal system in the world, ignorance of the law is not an excuse. You are presumed to know the law of the country you are in. This applies to tourists, new residents, and lifelong citizens alike. The responsibility to know the law is yours, which is exactly why channels like this one exist. Number 4, a verbal agreement is not worth anything in court. Many people believe verbal agreements are completely worthless in a legal dispute. That is simply not true. Verbal contracts can be fully enforceable, and in court, a verbal agreement is absolutely worth something. Provided there's evidence to support it. Witness testimony, text messages, emails, bank transfers, and patterns of conduct can all be used to prove that a verbal agreement existed. The challenge with verbal agreements is not their legal validity. It's proving them, which is why, wherever possible, getting things in writing is always the smarter move. Number 3, you own a photo if you took it. Most people assume that if they took the photo, they own it. In most cases, that is correct. But there are significant exceptions. If you took a photo as part of your employment duties, your employer may own the copyright. If you used someone else's equipment under a work-for-hire agreement, ownership may transfer to whoever commissioned the work. And if your photo prominently features another person, their image rights may limit how you can use that photograph commercially. Before you license, sell, or commercialize your photography, understanding who actually owns what you created is essential. Number 2, you can legally record anyone in public. Many people believe that if you are in a public space, everyone around you can be freely recorded without any legal issues. This is only partially true. In most countries, recording video in a public place is generally permitted. But audio recording is a completely different matter. In many US states, all parties to a conversation must consent to being recorded. In some European countries, recording a private conversation without consent is a criminal offense, regardless of where it takes place. The rules around recording are far more complex than most people realize. Know them before you press record. Number 1, you're innocent until proven guilty, so the burden is never on you. The presumption of innocence is one of the most fundamental principles in criminal law, and one of the most misunderstood. Yes, in criminal proceedings, the prosecution bears the burden of proving guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. But in civil cases, employment tribunals, immigration hearings, and many other legal contexts, the presumption of innocence as you understand it simply does not apply in the same way. And even in criminal cases, once the prosecution establishes certain facts, the burden can shift to the defense to rebut them. Innocent until proven guilty is a vital protection, but it is not a universal shield in every legal situation you will ever face. And there you have it, the top 10 legal myths that people actually believe, completely debunked. The gap between what people think the law says and what it actually says can cost you everything. That's why knowing the real law, not the myth, matters so much. If this video changed the way you think about even one of these, hit that subscribe button right now, because every single week we bring you the top 10 legal facts you actually need to know. Share this video with someone who still believes one of these myths. Because, the truth is always better than the story. I'll see you in the next one. Disclaimer, the content on this channel is for general educational and informational purposes only and does not constitute legal advice. Laws vary significantly by country, state, and jurisdiction. Nothing in this video should be relied upon as a substitute for professional legal advice tailored to your specific situation. If you have a legal issue, please consult a qualified lawyer in your jurisdiction.